Today is just a very slow day that I I've just been having bad thoughts, feeling bad about myself, and this just let me wonder how difficult it must be for people going through. Thank you, JB. For people going through a difficult time or a similar situation, people going through depressive thoughts. Sometimes it's the person that is smiling the most that is suffering the most. If they don't feel comfortable to share with you, you would never know. Especially people that smile a lot. Like I have a bad habit of smiling a lot. No, it's not a bad habit. It's a good habit. I smile a lot. It's just that I smile when I'm going through a difficult time. I also smile when I'm going through a good time. So if I don't really tell you, it's difficult to know. Except I want you to know. But I just frown my face and just keep a poker face on. But in general, this having this idea of just this idea of asking yourself, like, what's up, what's going on with life, what are you even doing, like nothing is really working the way you want it to be. The fact that you're putting effort at things, putting effort at life, putting effort chasing your goals, or things are just very slow and you just feel very frustrated, like as if life is against you, like it's you against life. I it's easy to compare yourself, but I try my best not to compare myself. So like, I don't even want to say I'm looking at other people. No, I'm not looking at myself. I'm looking at myself, looking at who I was yesterday, last week, and compare my progress. I've made progress, but at the same time, you don't want to make progress where the progress looks like a mediocrity, you know. So like, life just gets you to that point where you start thinking, dang, what am I here for? What am I doing? Like, what is my purpose? Who am I touching? Who am I making their life better? At the end of the day, it's not just what you get for yourself, it's what you do for people to make their life better. I used to have this mentor a few years back. He would always tell me that when you meet people, never let them stay the same way you met them. Always make sure you make them better before you leave. Not just people. In every situation you find yourself, you should make the situation better before you leave. So it doesn't mean because you didn't make something happen before you got there, or if things were worse, you didn't make things worse, doesn't mean you shouldn't make an effort to make things better. So like, the fact that you just look in the mirror every single day and just question yourself, and it feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, clearly, which is insanity. And I don't know, I just want to encourage everybody going through the same thing. Like, you're not alone, of course. Life is ups and downs. Sometimes it's very high, sometimes it's very low. What makes it life is that we have the tendency to endure when life is low, and we also have the tendency to endure to enjoy when life is high, because sometimes it's at the point of trying to enjoy life that people fall through, and it's at the point of going through a difficult time that people learn their biggest lessons. So like, these thoughts break people. They either break you or make you. You have to choose a path. Either you choose a path and say, this is not going to put me down, this is not going to keep me down, it's going to make me to bring out the best in myself, to see the best in myself, to see the reasons why life is good and not bad. I try my best. I don't want to judge myself, but sometimes we're humans. We have feelings. We're emotional human beings. We can't just pretend that life will just happen and we just ignore everything and not question ourselves, not question our actions. You just every now and then think, okay, like, what's next? You get that's like the thing. It's not really like, yeah, you just you get to that point where you just feel like you hate yourself, you know. And no matter what you do, no matter how you try, it just feels like you're in a very dark place that you can't really get yourself out. That if you, the more you try, the deeper you fall, you know. Of course, you have to remember who you are, what you stand for. Life kicks you here and there, and then you start thinking, or you start questioning who you are, where you're from, what you do, where you're going to. You know, it's based on the challenges that life hits at you. Sometimes I just believe that without a problem, there will be no solution. You get, without a dark moment, there will be no happy moment. So when the dark moments or the unhappy moments becomes consistent, and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, sometimes you start thinking, what is really going on? You know, some people, quote and unquote, some people think it's spiritual. Yes, a lot of the times they are spiritual, but it can also be very, very logical. You know, I believe in God, I love God, I'm a Christian, but everything is not really, everything is controlled by spiritual, yes, but there are very logical things. It's like saying knowing the toothpaste to use is spiritual. No, that's the toothpaste to brush your teeth is spiritual. No, that's not spiritual. That's very logical and common sense. Same way, common sense should be used to interpret the things that are happening when you are trying to do something. When you feel like you have done something to deserve success in some certain areas, and then it just keeps backfiring, it just keeps getting darker and darker, trying to get you to get discouraged, and then pushing you to the point where you start thinking of depressive thoughts, that you start thinking, what am I really here for? You know, what am I bringing to the table for people, for myself? Do I love myself that much? And or do I hate myself that much? And this kind of thoughts don't give you a balance to life. You don't find anything interesting. You don't find anything exciting, you know. And of course, you're right, JB. In life, ups and downs will definitely come. People people will come into your life, people will leave, people will make your life worse, some people will make your life better. It's just how life works, you know. Having life is a reason to be happy, you know. I try my best to be grateful, you know. I feel like it means it's almost like we're being ungrateful. You get, if we try to talk about these things, that's why a lot of people don't talk about it, because they feel like they will be judged for being ungrateful. But these are realistic things that happen in life. And well, I don't know anyone going through the same situation, but I believe we'll all get through it. You know, life will come, ups will come, downs will come, and we will come out stronger regardless of what happens. So no matter the time, no matter the day, no matter the year, I really hope that if you're going through the same thing, you would find your purpose in life, and you find the reason to live and not stay in a very dark place, or in a dark place for a long time. You know, sometimes you fall into a dark place, it gives you an opportunity to appreciate life more and see the reasons why it's important to be alive, you know. And it's like when you're at the hospital, you would no longer think about any other thing you have in life, or any other thing you have access to. The only thing you'll be thinking of is how to get well, you know. And I think it applies to this situation as well. You know, I'm just at this point now, and I'm just being very realistic as a human being. I don't want to act perfect, like my life is all great and bed of roses. No, everybody goes through difficult times in life.